Here in the beginning of this chamber, I'll be using all my bursts to charge up Raiden's resolve stacks, so I can maximize the damage when I first use it after using all my buffs. Then after I'm done with Raiden's field time, I'll be using Arlecchino until Raiden's burst is back up. Since Raiden's skill lasts a long time, I can consistently proc overload, which keeps Chevreuse's resistance shred up consistently. And then I just continue to repeat the rotation until the chamber's clear. Sometimes I won't be using Raiden's normal attacks after a burst because Arlecchino's normal attacks do way more. So sometimes I'll just switch just to use her burst and then swap out because I think after the first rotation I realized it's just not worth staying on field with Raiden because my Arlecchino just does more damage, at least while she has high bond deflect value. In the beginning of this chamber, I used Nilou's burst and skill to break the power shields as fast as I can because once the shields are broken, I can actually kill them. Try to lean towards the right of these enemies when you're done, like toward this Abyss Mage, because this is around the area where the Abyss Lectors spawn. So after he dies, the Lectors spawn here, so you don't have to move as far if you're positioned correctly. When it comes to these Lectors, try to kill them around the same time. This will help, break their shields at the same time as well, so you don't have to waste time trying to kill them one at a time as well. If you have trouble grouping them together, Xingqiu's burst is really good at knocking them and pushing them back. These power things that they drop, whenever you break them, they will always back away from you, so that can also help you group them together. I don't recommend applying Dendro on them like I did here. If you get too close, you'll actually set yourself on fire, because if you get close to a burning unit, you'll also burn. But most of the time it shouldn't affect you. I use Nilou's Sword Stance so I can apply Hydro to both units with the third slash. And then here for this last wave, I just keep up the Nilou Bloom rotation. And make sure to try to apply Hydro on top of Dendro so you can proc more blooms because of how Elemental Gauge works. In short, just try to make sure you apply lots of Dendro and your Hydro will be the ones to proc the bloom, and that way you get more bloom cores. For this Michael Kengi, in the beginning he doesn't take damage, but you can still proc reactions and generate energy, so you can see me taking advantage of that. For his first phase, I'm just going to use Raiden to actually burst him down his first phase so I can save Arlecchino's front-loaded damage for the second half instead of having to use on the first half. So here I wait till he does an attack with his clone to make sure I know that he's going to stay in position, and then I switch to Arlecchino to do more damage to him. And then, I just used Raiden's burst to finish him off. I also could have saved it for the next chamber, but yeah, the 12-2 first half is the easier part, as it's just one boss. For this second half, try to kill these samurai at the same time so you prevent the HP heal. Just try to watch your HP, and if one's over the other, then try to target the other one. With these mechs, they like to slowly back away from you, kind of like this one is doing. So if you can try to line them up, they will be grouped together. But it's not always easy to do, so it's okay if you guys can't always get it. With these Rift Hounds, just be really careful with your HP because since they apply bleed to you, you'll be even more susceptible to dying already. If you weren't already from Nilou's Blooms. I actually almost died with Nahida, but as long as you're careful, you should be able to do those fine as well. With these groups where there's one big enemy and other smaller enemies, try to always focus the big ones because the smaller enemies will probably die to stray blooms or other damage that will just so happen to hit them. and then you'll notice that like what they call it, they all die around the same time. I guess not much to say about this half. Nothing too special, I guess. Just try to set up my rotation early, and once I have my rotation set up, I just start using Raiden and Arlecchino to beat down the boss. A tip with Arlecchino is try not to use her burst at the end of rotations. This actually consumes your bond of life when you can carry over that bond of life to your next rotation instead. So I actually made a mistake here of doing that. But if you don't need to use your burst, then don't use it. It's typically a damage loss, and you should ideally only use it when you need to heal or iframe to prevent death. Otherwise, try to save the bond of life for the next time you use your skill, because it'll actually carry over and grant you more damage. For these gunslingers, on the second half, I always try to focus them first, because once they get their shield, they're harder to kill. But also, because they're ranged and they always run away from you, as you chase them, the agent will actually follow you and he'll probably accidentally die to stray blooms or at least be low, like in this situation. And then same concept to Last Chamber. I always try to focus the big enemy and let the other enemies die to stray AoE damage or blooms, because they still happen to be within the range of either Nahida's skill or blooms. And this should save you a lot of time instead of focusing on the smaller enemies, because you should always prioritize hitting the bigger enemy if there are smaller enemies, as long as you can still reasonably kill them while trying to kill the bigger enemy. Here, another tip with Nilou is that if you want to activate her stance faster, you can actually press your skill and do 2 normals, because those animations are faster and you can enter your skill like half a second faster. It makes a small difference, but it could save you like a second if that's how borderline you are with the time crunch in this challenge. That'll be it for the clear, and now I'll just be showing you my builds for the rest of the video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and please consider subscribing to help me reach 1,000 subscribers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.
Benny 冒険団出発！